here for Rockets Media Day 2025.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, baby?
With many of your favorite Houston Rockets today,
We back, man. We back like we never left, man.
including the brand new one, Kevin Durant.
He's 7 feet tall, his wingspan stretches longer than most players are tall, and when he steps on the court, defenders freeze. Kevin Durant, MVP, two-time champion, Olympic gold medalist, can score from anywhere, anytime. But here's the part no highlight reel shows. The secret that sounds impossible. Despite towering over opponents and dominating the NBA for years, Kevin Durant cannot palm a basketball. How can a man built like a superhero be held back by something so simple?
There's just not many people in the history of the NBA who have the capacity to do what Kevin's done consistently throughout his career. You know, he's kind of a singular talent.
And yet that limitation didn't weaken him, it transformed him. What you're about to see is how a flaw became one of the deadliest weapons in basketball history. The moment everything changed, the year is 2014 Oklahoma City Thunder Media Day. Kevin Durant just won the MVP award.
Kevin Durant, member of the Oklahoma City Thunder, you are the NBA Kia Most Valuable Player. Congratulations.
He averaged 32 points per game. He's on top of the basketball world. Photographers line up for the iconic shot, you know the one. The athlete palming the basketball, looking powerful, looking dominant. They ask Durant to grip the ball with one hand. He can't do it. They ask again. He laughs awkwardly and says, "I literally can't palm a basketball." The room goes silent. Thunder beat writer Darnell Mayberry breaks the story, and the entire basketball world stops. Wait, what? How is that possible? The man is 7 feet tall. Some fans pull up old photos of teenage Durant, apparently palming 2 basketballs at once in his high school jersey. Durant's response? Those balls had no air in them. He wasn't joking. He wasn't being humble. Kevin Durant, with hands that measure nearly 10 inches long and 11 inches wide, legitimately cannot palm a regulation NBA basketball. His hands are bigger than most players in the league, but the shape, the grip strength, the specific anatomy of his fingers and palm, it just doesn't work. Now you're probably thinking, okay, so what? Charles Barkley couldn't palm a ball either, and he's a Hall of Famer. But here's where this gets absolutely insane. When you combine the inability to palm a basketball with a 7'5" wingspan, you create a biomechanical nightmare that no player in NBA history has ever had to overcome. Let me explain why this matters. The best passes in basketball? They're one-handed. You palm the ball, you snap your wrist, you whip it across the court in a split second. When you can palm the basketball, you control it completely. You can fake left and zip it right. You can extend the ball away from your body and create passing lanes that shouldn't exist. Now imagine having arms that are nearly 4 feet long each, but you can't actually grip the ball. Every instinct in your body tells you to extend those freakishly long arms, to use that 7 feet 5 inches wingspan, to hold the ball out there where defenders can't reach it and make passes that nobody else can make. But if you can't palm it, the ball just falls. You physically cannot complete the passes your body was designed to make. This is the paradox Kevin Durant has lived with for 18 years. He has the length to throw passes nobody else can attempt, but he lacks the grip to actually execute them. So what did he do? He adapted. He evolved. He built a completely unique passing system that looks nothing like what the coaching manuals teach. Watch Durant closely next time he's on the court. When he catches the ball and defenders collapse on him, notice what happens. He doesn't extend his arms like Giannis does. He doesn't whip one-handed dimes like LeBron. Instead, Durant keeps the ball close to his body. He uses 2 hands way more than you'd expect. His passes aren't flashy, they're functional, precise, calculated. He finds the open man and delivers the ball with minimum risk. It's not highlight reel material, but it works. Early in his career, scouts absolutely torched his passing ability. His draft report said he showed flashes, but was inconsistent reading double teams. Some analysts worried he'd never develop court vision. But watch what happened. 2008, 2.4 assists per game. 2010, 2.8 assists. 2012, 3.5 assists. 2014, his MVP season, 5.5 assists per game. He doubled his playmaking while never being able to palm the basketball. But to understand why Durant passes the way he does, why his entire game looks so different from everyone else, we need to go back further. We need to go back to a gym in Maryland where a skinny point guard walked in one summer and walked out 7 feet tall. The growth spurt that broke basketball, freshman year of high school. Kevin Durant is 6 feet 2 inches. He's the starting shooting guard on his JV team at National Christian Academy. Quick handles, smooth jumper, pure point guard skills. Then summer happens. Durant grows 5 inches in 3 months. 5 inches. He comes back to school that fall, and his teammate looks at him and goes, "Dude, you're like 6 feet 8 inches now." Durant's response, "What are you talking about?" He genuinely hadn't noticed. He just went back to shooting jumpers. By the time his growth spurt ended, Durant was nearly 7 feet tall. But here's the problem. His brain didn't grow. His muscle memory didn't reset. His instincts were still stuck at 6 feet 2 inches. He'd spent years learning to handle the ball like a guard, to shoot from the perimeter, to move without the ball like a wing player. Now he's in a center's body with a point guard's skill set. Players like Anthony Davis and Kevin Garnett had similar stories. But none of them had Durant's specific combination: extreme length, plus limited grip strength, plus guard skills. At Montrose Christian, his high school coach saw something special. They worked on using his length better on defense. Durant had always guarded tight to his man, practically suffocating them with his wingspan. But his coaches taught him to hang back. His length could be just as effective from a foot or two away, eliminating any quickness advantage speedier players had. Durant was learning to turn his weird body into a weapon. When he entered the NBA in 2007, he was listed at 6 feet 9 inches. That was a lie, and everyone knew it. He kept growing during his first few years in the league, eventually reaching his true height of 6 feet 11 inches. But by then, his game was set. He was a perimeter player trapped in a center's body. Arms longer than most centers. Hands that couldn't do what center hands do. Every part of his game became about compensation. His shooting form is unconventional because he has to get the ball up over those impossibly long arms. His dribble is higher than normal because controlling the ball with that reach requires constant adjustment. His passing is calculated and safe because he can't afford turnovers from trying passes his body can't complete. And you know what's beautiful about all this? He never complained. Not once. Engineering greatness around a flaw. When reporters asked Durant about not being able to palm a basketball, he just shrugged. "It's not something I can control. I don't know why it's a story." No excuses, no victim mentality, just pure focus on becoming great anyway. And oh, did he become great. The Seattle Supersonics drafted him 2nd overall in 2007, right after Greg Oden. In his very first NBA game, 19-year-old Durant dropped 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals against Denver. By season's end, over 20 points per game. NBA Rookie of the Year. He joined LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony as the only teenagers in NBA history to average 20-plus points over an entire season. The doubters who worried about his skinny frame, silenced. The scouts who questioned his passing, about to be proven wrong. January 2014. Durant's scoring becomes legendary. He averages 36 points per game for the month. He scored 30-plus in 12 straight games, including a career-high 54 against Golden State. He broke Michael Jordan's record with 41 consecutive games, scoring 25 or more points. The Thunder finished 59-23, and Durant won MVP with averages of 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. That assist number? That's the story nobody talks about. His passing evolved from a genuine weakness into a legitimate strength. Not flashy, not spectacular, but effective. He couldn't make the passes his body was built for, so he invented new passes instead. But individual awards weren't enough. Durant wanted championships, and that desire led to one of the most controversial decisions in sports history. 2016 Western Conference Finals. Durant and Russell Westbrook have the Golden State Warriors, the team that just won 73 games down 3-1. One win away from the NBA Finals. Then everything collapses. Warriors storm back. 3 straight wins. Series over. Durant is crushed. You can see it in his face. The championship dream, right there, slipping through his fingers. That summer, he made the decision. He signs with the Warriors, the team that just beat him. The basketball world explodes. Weak. Taking the easy road, your championships won't count. Durant heard every word and responded the only way he knew how, by dominating. First season with Golden State, 67 wins. Then the playoffs, 12 straight victories to open the postseason. NBA record. Finals against LeBron in Cleveland, Durant averages 35 points per game. Finals MVP championship. The kid who couldn't palm a basketball now had his ring, but he wasn't done. Year 2, another championship, another Finals MVP, back-to-back sweeps of Cleveland. Think about what that means. Every single day for 18 years, Durant has walked into practice knowing the most basic basketball skill. Gripping the ball with one hand is something he cannot do. Every single game, he's had to think about passing differently than everyone else on the court. Every single assist where he threads the needle through traffic, he's doing it with a mechanical disadvantage nobody else at his level deals with, and he makes it look effortless. Here's what makes Durant's story so incredible. Most players would have let this limitation define them. I can't palm the ball, so I won't be a playmaker. Durant did the opposite. He studied the game. He watched film. He figured out that if he couldn't make spectacular passes, he'd make smart ones. Watch him now in Phoenix at age 36. He's still averaging 5.5 assists while scoring 28 points per game. His passes come from angles defenders don't expect. He can see over everyone. He can pass over everyone. And because everyone expects him to shoot, his passes are always a half second ahead of the defense. The flaw became a feature. The limitation became an innovation. The weakness became a weapon. Kevin Durant's career stats tell one story, a story of dominance, consistency, and historic achievement. But the real story lives in the spaces between the numbers. It's in the two-handed passes that replace flash with precision, in the subtle angles that keep the offense breathing, in the choices he makes not because they're easy, but because they're necessary. Durant couldn't rely on what his body was built to do, so he engineered a new way to play, one that few notice, but all respect. And it raises a larger question. If one of the greatest scorers of all time is hiding his biggest adjustment in plain sight, what other secrets are shaping the game right now, quietly rewriting basketball's rules without anyone realizing it? The deeper you look, the stranger the truth becomes.